What's up, you guys? I'm Kylie, and this is Code with Kylie. Code with Kylie is a set of tutorials that's dedicated towards helping you guys learn how to code in Python. So let's get started. So the very first step in learning how to code in Python is, of course, installing Python, which is what I'm going to show you guys in this tutorial. Okay, so if you're on a Mac or a Windows computer, you can go to Google and type in Python download. And there should be a link that says download Python from python.org. And I'm just going to click the first button on there that says download Python 3.8.3. So let's wait for that to download. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to go through the README and the license and all of that and click install. And on a Windows computer, it's almost the same thing. You just go through like the wizard, but you want to make sure to click that little checkbox that says add to path. And this is important because then you don't have to type out the entire path when you want to run Python from terminal. Okay, so we've installed Python 3.8. That was easy. What do we do now? In order to actually run a script or to run Python, we don't use any of these packages that you see on my computer here. Instead, we're going to open a terminal window in order to run Python. So on a Mac, you can search for terminal by command space, and that should open a terminal window. On a Windows, you can type in command prompt, and that should also pop up something that looks somewhat similar to what I have here. You guys might be asking, what exactly is terminal? Terminal is just an interface that allows you to interact with your computer's command line. Basically, you can run tasks, you can go through your computer's files, etc. without actually having to click on things. Instead, you just type in a bunch of commands and terminal will be able to execute those commands. Okay, so now to make sure that we've actually installed Python, we can go into our command line and we can type in Python. Now, if you're on a Mac computer, your laptop actually already comes with Python, but it comes with Python 2. And we want to use Python 3 just because it's more up to date. And what we just installed was actually Python 3. So how do we run Python 3? Well, we can actually go into our terminal, and instead of just typing in Python, we can type in Python 3. And you'll notice that the version actually says Python 3.8.3 at the very top. Okay, so now you've opened an interactive Python interpreter. And basically what this is you can type in some commands and Python will be able to execute those right from your terminal. So for example, we can type in print hello world and it should print hello world. We can also type in some sort of mathematical operation such as 1 plus 4 in parentheses times 2, which should give us 5 times 2 or 10. And you'll see that our terminal actually correctly evaluates that. We have Python up and running on our computer, which is great, but it's not really that practical to use the interactive Python shell from within terminal if we really want to code something. And so typically we'll code something inside a document, a Python file, and then we'll run that Python file using terminal. So how do we edit this Python file? That's where a code editor will come into play. There are plenty out there, but one of my favorites is Visual Studio Code. All right, so I'm gonna search up Visual Studio Code. I'm gonna go to the link. I'm gonna click download. Wait for it to download. And it seems like there's not much of a setup. I can just start using it. So cool. So this is what it looks like. And now let's just do a simple print hello world script and then run it from terminal just so you guys can see how these two pieces fit together. So the first thing that we have to pay attention to is where do we actually put this file? I'm gonna go into my documents and I'm actually gonna create a new folder. And I'm just gonna call this one something super simple. Let's just do hello_world. All right, so I'm gonna open VS Code and I'm gonna click open folder. So the folder I wanna open is hello world inside my documents. I'm gonna open that and okay, it's right here. You'll see that there's nothing in it. That's because we literally haven't put anything in it yet. So we're gonna create a new file and we're gonna call it main.py. Okay, and then in main.py, I'm just gonna say print hello world. And you know, you can like install these A linter is something that'll just like format your code well, so I'm gonna install that. But you don't need it. So all I'm doing is print hello world, and now I'm gonna go back to terminal. So I open terminal, and you'll see that this part is really important. In order to run this file, we have to get the path to the file correct. And so here I'm in the YouTube folder, right? So we need to change our directory because we start in the user folder, and I have my documents folder, and then within my documents folder, I have my YouTube folder, my other folders, etc. So you'll notice that our YouTube folder is in my documents folder, but so is the hello world. So right now we're actually inside of this folder. So we want to go back in order to see all of these. So here from terminal, I can change directory, and that's CD. And so now you'll see that we're actually in our documents folder because we just went back one directory. And this 2 dot icon, that means go back one directory. So now I can list out all my directories. I can type in ls. If you're on a Windows, the command is dir. But you'll see that now we have access to this hello world folder. And I'm going to change my directory and enter hello world. So I'm in the hello world folder, and I can actually see that my main.py file is within that folder. So now if we type in python3 main.py, then we can run our script just like this. Oops, missing the 3. And it prints out hello world. And in fact, we can also get it to print out our little math thing. 1 + 4 × 2. So now let's see what happens when we run this again. It prints out hello world because that's the first statement that we have our script execute. And then it prints out 10 because that's the second thing that we have our script execute. And so that's how these two kind of play together. You use your code editor, an IDE, to edit your code inside your files, and then you can use terminal in order to run those files later on. So that is all you need to know about installing Python, how to start running the scripts, and how to start the shell. And yeah, make sure you subscribe for more video tutorials and more coding with Kylie.